Hello, welcome to the Mediabox. I'm joined by Tony Buchanan and Jan Markink. They are both co-rapporteurs on the smart cities and regions. Tony, I'll start with you. Smart cities need smart inhabitants, as you know, but COVID-19 really showed us that there are still sections of society that don't have access to the internet and aren't able to use new technology. How do we make sure that these people aren't further marginalised and left aside?
It's a key aspect. Yeah, people without access to the internet, people living in remote and rural areas, not just in our cities, but it's across the board in our wider areas. The elderly, low-income residents, Roma, persons with disabilities, homeless, refugees, you name it, that are disadvantaged within our cities and rural areas. And it's vital that we enable those individuals to receive the services that everyone else is receiving. The pandemic did teach us a lot. It taught us that we need to, one, be more proactive in going out and ensuring that we can provide these services, whether that be services in our local facilities, whether it be making sure that people have access to the internet, to computers, to laptops, in order to go about sometimes just their daily business as we become more digitalised. So it's vital that we do that. Digital literacy is also key. So we need to ensure that as local authorities being closest to our residents, we ensure that we can run courses, that we can help people, assist them, not just in our schools through our educational system, but using our libraries, using our public buildings to ensure that people can access services and indeed encouraging them to learn the skill sets that are required for living in a more digital economy.
So there is this clear desire to really improve our knowledge of digital and AI tools at the moment. Jan, I'll turn to you now. What are some of the challenges being posed by these tools at a local level?
So mostly by internet, and so we learned a lot. But what Tony already said, there are a lot of people who don't have access to internet or whatever. So that is the meaning of this report. We have to look good forward to people who don't come to the internet. Mm-hmm. And but it's about the people. And what we want to say, it's not about the technology. It's about people. It's about democracy and people. That's why it's a tool. It's not a goal, and that is what we have to wake for. That's not only a tool, and a lot of people can't go on. And what we also see is that in the cities, most of the times in the cities, it's rather good access. But in the rural areas, also in the developed countries, there is sometimes a lack of internet access. Thus that is also for the regions, it's very important that for the inhabitants, for the residents, that they make sure that they can also have the access to internet.
So do you have practical ways on how we can tackle these challenges?
Yeah, I think you can go what Tony education and to try to let people show how they can manage it. And then sometimes I think when there are elder people or people who can't read or whatever, maybe you have to go to the people and say, okay, we have this tool, but you can't work with it, and we come to you and we help you. That's what we have to do, I think.
Well, Tony Buchanan, Jan Markink, thank you so much for joining me today.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.